In the village of Bethsaida, where the sea wind gently swept over barley fields, lived a boy named Eliabe. He was only 9, yet already knew life's hardships. His father had died fishing in a storm. His mother, weakened by persistent fever, could barely rise. To survive, Eliabe sold barley loaves by the lakeshore, made from flour neighbors gave out of pity. Each morning before sunrise, he lit the clay oven, kneaded the dough with small but steady hands, and baked exactly 5 loaves, never more, never less. They were hard and coarse, but they were his sustenance. He kept 2 for his mother, ate 2 himself, and sold the 5th for a copper coin, enough to buy a little oil or healing herbs. One day, he heard rumors. A prophet from Nazareth was healing the sick in Capernaum. Crowds followed him. Some said he was the Messiah. Curious and restless in heart, Eliabe decided to see him. He took his basket with 5 loaves, not to sell, but because he had nothing else to eat on the journey. When he arrived, he saw something he would never forget. Blind men saw, paralytics walked. Children ran around Jesus as if he were a loving uncle. And he embraced them, saying, "Let the little children come to me, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." Eliabe stood at the edge, shy. The crowd grew, 5,000 men, plus women and children. The sun burned. People were hungry. The disciples were distressed. "Where shall we buy bread for all these people?" asked Philip. "Even 200 denarii wouldn't be enough," replied another. Then Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, noticed Eliabe holding his basket. "Lord, here is a boy with 5 barley loaves and 2 small dried fish. But what is that among so many?" Jesus looked at the boy, not with pity, but with a gaze that saw his courage, his poverty, his willing heart. He smiled and said, "Bring him to me." With trembling hands, Eliabe gave everything. He kept nothing. He gave all. Jesus took the loaves, lifted his eyes to heaven, gave thanks to the Father, and began to break them. And miraculously, the bread never ran out. The more he broke, the more there was. The disciples distributed, and the baskets filled again and again. Even 12 baskets of leftovers were gathered. But the greatest miracle wasn't in the crowd, it was in Eliabe. In that moment, he understood. God doesn't need much. He only needs all you have, and a heart willing to surrender it. Years later, now a man, Eliabe became a missionary. He traveled to villages bringing bread and the word. Whenever someone said, "I have nothing to give," he replied, "Give what you have, even if it's little, because whoever gives to Jesus multiplies in heaven." And every night before sleep he prayed, "Lord, thank you for teaching me that faith isn't about having much, it's about giving everything. For the kingdom of God doesn't begin with riches, but with a boy, 5 loaves, and a yes."